Three.
This is our limnology presentation on Lake Baikal. I'm Ryan Deforge.
And I'm Sam Adams. So where is Lake Baikal? Here's a world view. As you can see the red arrow in the top right-hand corner, the lake's located in the country of Russia. If we zoom in here to a country view, you can see the country of Russia there, and it lies in the southern part of the country near the Mongolian border. If we go now to a local view of the lake, you can see the shape of the lake. It's a fairly long and narrow lake you can see the islands and the points there, and just how the lake basin looks. The coordinates of the lake, it lies at 53 degrees, 14 minutes, and 59 seconds north, and 108 degrees, 5 minutes, and 11 seconds east. It sits at about the same latitude as Edmonton, Alberta, or Hamburg, Germany. It sits at about the same longitude as Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, or Perth, Australia. The age and type of lake, it's considered to be the oldest lake in the world, estimated between 20 and 25 million years old. It's a tectonically formed lake. Of the different tectonically formed lakes, it's a rift lake. Rift lakes are often found in rift valleys, hence the name, and are often very deep, which fits the criteria, and it's an oleotrophic lake opposed to a eutrophic lake. Just some lake characteristics about the lake, a little overview. It's the deepest lake in the world with a maximum depth of 1,642 meters and an average depth of 744 meters. It has a maximum length of 636 kilometers and a maximum width of 79 kilometers. So as depicted in the picture, you can see it's much, much longer than it is wide. It has a surface area of 31,500 kilometers squared, and it's the world's largest volume of fresh water at 23,000 kilometers cubed. This means that 1/5 or 20% of all unfrozen water in the world is located in Lake Baikal. Holds more water than all of the North American Great Lakes combined.
So Lake Baikal has a catchment area of 545,000 kilometers squared. Over 45% of the catchment area is located in Russia. The remaining percent comes out of Mongolia to the south. The ratio of water surface area to catchment area in Lake Baikal is 1:17. The approximate residence time, or fresh time, of Lake Baikal is 350 years. The shore length of Lake Baikal is 2,100 kilometers. The average frozen period for Lake Baikal is January to May.
So just a little bit about the surrounding topography. Lake Baikal is surrounded by the taiga forest biome. In this biome, it's primarily coniferous vegetation such as spruce. It's a mountainous landscape. It sits at an elevation of 456 meters above sea level. That's the surface. That's the elevation of the surface water. So obviously the mountains protrude much higher than that. The Sayan mountain range is along its western and southern shore, and that's the picture on the right-hand side. The Siberian Plateau along its northern shores, and that's the picture on the left-hand side, so you can see a little bit of contrast there. A little bit about the flora and fauna. There's over 1,200 animal species and 600 plant species. Of these plant and animals, 75% are found only in the Lake Baikal region. One of the main reasons that its preservation is so vital, just to protect these species. The omul is the most popular fish in Lake Baikal, and you will find it in most tourist towns, as it is the main food supply to the locals. So just a little bit about the local aquatic flora. The freshwater phytoplankton is the base of the food chain there. Life wouldn't be able to exist without it. It's kind of the building blocks. So there's the marsh thistle, cattails, and pond lily. They can be seen in many different aquatic areas all around the world. A little bit about the local aquatic fauna. As stated before, there's the Baikal omul. It's just a subspecies of whitefish. So there's whitefish in other various parts of the world, but this subspecies is specific to the lake. There's the taimen, also known as the Siberian salmon. Its numbers are down in recent years due to overfishing. It's considered a trophy fish to the locals, and actually brings in quite a bit of tourist money. NERPAs, also known as freshwater seals, are also, they're only found in Lake Baikal, and they're the only freshwater seal in the world. Obviously there's seals that live in saltwater, but these have adapted to live in the freshwater conditions. And there's the Golomanca, also known as the oil fish, which is a transparent fish, and it can only be found in the lake as well.
So a bit about the pollutants into Lake Baikal. This is the Baikal Pulp and Paper Mill. It was opened up in the town of Baikal, Russia in 1966. It was a main target for environmental protests from opening day. In 2007, Russia's Environmental Protection Agency imposed a 5-day ban on dumping waste into Lake Baikal. After failing to meet the standards, the BPPM, or also known as Continental Management, was fined 19.9 million US. After failing to meet regulations, the claim was then increased to 176 million. The Baikal Pulp and Paper Mill attempted to install a closed water cycle in September 2008, costing approximately 11.4 million US. It was closed in October 2008 and later reopened in late 2009 after managing to use more environmental strict policies. After several failures to re-meet the regulations for improper wastewater release, the final closure was in December 2013. So the products they produced were low quality pulp and paper, resulting in several harmful deposits into Lake Baikal. The increase in BOD by 317.1 metric tons in 2007 has had a drastic effect on the current condition of the lake. A study was completed on the southeastern shores of Lake Baikal near the pulp and paper mill, showing dissolved oxygen levels decreasing nearly 50% from 1996 to 2010. The direct influence of the pulp and paper mill was concluded to be the source due to increased bio-oxygen demand, which was limiting the dissolved oxygen due to eutrophication. As you can see on the map here, Lake Baikal is located as one of the as identified as one of the lakes that's in several eutrophication and algae bloom problems. So the Lake Baikal watershed. In 2014, 1,500 metric tons of algae was washed up on the shores of Lake Baikal. Much of this is believed to be a direct result of the input of BOD supplied by the pulp and paper mill during its mass pollution cycle. The closed pulp and paper mill currently still contains 6 million metric tons on site, and this is a high risk problem due to the extraordinary refresh rate of Lake Baikal. Every year, approximately 21,000 metric tons of improperly treated sewage discharge is deposited into the lake. This could contribute to the eutrophication of the lake. Approximately 145 metric tons is also deposited from the nearby vacation area. So I'd like to direct your attention to the yellow arrow on this, the red arrow on the screen. The Orkhon Gobi Water Conveyance Project is currently one of the largest water diversion projects in the world. It's diverting water from the Selenga River, which is the largest tributary to Lake Baikal. It is currently being diverted into the mines in Mongolia as use and aid for the projects.
So just a little quick note here about climate change. Rapidly rising lake temperatures since the 1940s are linked to global climate change. That's fairly straightforward. Since 1946, the surface waters of Lake Baikal have warmed by 1.2 degrees Celsius, or 2.1 degrees Fahrenheit. That might seem like not a very large number, but in the overall scheme of things, it's a fairly large difference. The annual ice-free season has lengthened, and the thickness of ice has decreased by an average of 30 centimeters, or 12 inches in the same time period. Rising lake temperatures since 1979 are linked to a 300% increase in blooms of algae, which form the base of the lake's food chain. Since dramatic temperature rises are likely to shrink ice coverage further and disrupt the lake's amazing ecosystems. So in conclusion, Lake Baikal is one of the world's most unique lakes. Recent human impacts have influenced the lake in a negative way.
So due to the loss of the Baikal Pulp and Paper Mill for economic growth, it is in our opinion that the municipal government for the area use tourism as a main source of income due to the thrilling mountainous region that can be used for skiing, tourism, and other aspects.
So if immediate action isn't taken, the lake's impacts may be irreversible. As a result, we may lose this great lake along with its unique flora and fauna found within it. Thank you.